Welcome to Lycomingfootball.com, week number 11, game number 10, and Lycoming coming off a great win against a good Lebanon Valley team. Wow, the seasons go fast as you get old like me. They seem to go a little faster. It's hard to believe we're already into middle December, and this is the last game. I want to know, how did we get a Friday night game? I thought that was originally scheduled for Saturday down there at FDU-Florham.
Well, it may have been. I think probably in the past, John, it definitely has been a day game. I don't know if it was Brian Serace, their head coach, or Bill Clickett, their AD. One of those guys called me. I think it was Brian this spring and said, "Hey, what do you think about playing on a Friday night? It's late in the year." And first I ran it by our kids to make sure that the captains and seniors, it would be something that they would want to do. And then I bounced it off the coaches. It is different. I mean, the week is harder.
One day shorter, yeah.
Yep, so you have to do more on Sunday, and then you got to come out on Monday when we usually don't, and that was hard. I was optimistic that we would be good and that it might actually benefit us on the back end. If we were lucky enough to sneak into the playoffs, you'd get an extra day. So while it makes for a really fast week and it makes for an incredibly long Friday, because we'd normally go overnight to FDU, which we're not, now all of a sudden we're looking at, I don't know, a 14 or 15-hour day by the time you get over there.
3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, probably, hopefully by 2, I hope.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm going to be optimistic and think 2, John.
Okay. Speaking of playoffs, any outside chance of Lycoming getting in if they go 8-2?
Well, I mean, I think mathematically speaking or statistically speaking, there's probably a small, incredibly small chance. We were regionally ranked last week. They'll come out again tonight, and if we've improved in the regional rankings, then maybe. Some people who were regionally ranked ahead of us lost, but Ithaca, who was behind us, beat St. John Fisher, who was ahead of us. So I'd have to imagine that Ithaca, with a win against a regionally ranked opponent, jumps us, and rightfully so. I wouldn't have a gripe with that. Montclair State was ahead of us, and St. Lawrence was ahead of us, I think, and they both lost. So I would hope we would be right on the fringe of maybe being in the top 8, but they don't take the top 8 teams from the East necessarily. So, is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? Probably not. I mean, this time 2 years ago, we were ranked higher in the initial regional rankings. We were ranked 6th and not 9th, and somehow in the final weekend with the team that was 10th when we were 6th made it and we didn't. So, who knows? Maybe
you just never know.
Maybe there's a chance, John, but and we're hopeful that there is.
Yeah. I know traveling the same day you have a game can be challenging. This is quite a trip.
Yep.
Any thoughts on that? And never playing in the night game. What challenges are those two things?
Well, at least it's gotten darker and we're practicing at night now. So and the lighting a little bit there. Yeah. Now the game itself and getting there will be unique. Now we've tweaked a couple things because of that. So we're going to leave plenty early. We're going to leave at 12:30, and we're going to stop and eat really around the time that we would normally eat before game. So we're going to eat 4 hours. A little before 4 hours at kickoff. Ideally, we'd eat at 3, but we just couldn't find the right place, in that 3 o'clock range. So we're going to stop about 2:30 and have a meal, then get back on the bus and get over to FDU around hopefully by 4:30, which is maybe a little earlier than you'd like to get there, but
just
get off the bus,
settle down, and
we'll get our stuff in the locker room, and then maybe come out and we have kind of a Friday substitution drill that we normally do that we would. That we wouldn't do on a Saturday, but this Friday when we get off the bus we'll do, just to kind of hopefully tune everyone in mentally. So we'll see. Yeah, but it's just, I've had to call some people. Joe Susan at Bucknell, they played last Friday. I called Jay Accorsi at Rowan, who's played some Friday night games. John Troxel, Franklin, and Marshall. So I've tried to use Coach Landis and our staff. We just tried to develop the best plan for us based on all those variables.
This is a great senior class.
Yeah.
This season, it looked like we were picked. I guess we were picked to win the championship. Getting beat by the number 10, number 15 team in the nation not that bad, but they are losses.
Yep.
But these guys are a great bunch of guys, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Maybe the last game you're going to have with them, and
yep.
and there's some special players on this team.
No, there certainly are, John. Look, it's a really good group of kids, and I mean, when you look at what they've accomplished, we certainly didn't accomplish the things we would have hoped to accomplish this year. But we have a chance to finish 8-2 for the third time in 4 years. They have a chance to win 31 games in a 4-year period, which hasn't been done here in over a decade. Mm-hmm. Is it perfect? No. But, look, I think these guys gave us everything they had, and if there's any more opportunities, I'm sure they'll continue to do that. So it's been a pleasure to have these guys in our program. They've absolutely elevated the expectations again.
A class like this, looking towards next year, you're losing a lot of talent. A chance, though, to pick up some talent. Sometimes that swing, you wonder if you're reloading or rebuilding. So
it'll be interesting to see.
It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. When you lose, you're losing quite a few.
Oh yeah, listen. No, I mean there's 22, 23 that will lose, and a lot of yards gained or tackles made or interceptions along the way. The cupboard won't be empty, but it sounds like your house got
grocery shopping.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it'd be like the kids are home for college for the weekend, or you had to sleep over with your children, and I mean there's definitely gonna be some pieces missing. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that's a fair analogy. Yeah.
You can't take FDU lightly. I know probably about 12 years ago we went over there and we were picked to really win, and the team just didn't get off the bus. I'm sure you warned these guys that this is another game in the MAC, and these guys would love nothing more than to FDU to knock off Lycoming College and start their winning streak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, Brian does a good job. He's a good coach. Their season obviously hasn't gone anywhere near to the way they would have hoped, but it is a conference game. It is senior night for them. We do have to travel on the day of the game. Their Lebanon Valley game was a 7-point game at halftime, so that was just 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's not that long ago. They'll be ready to play, and we need to be as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks talking to us, and
sure.
We'll see you down there Friday night, and wear an extra sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly, it sounds like, John. So, looking at the game now, I'm not sure. Well, what are you going to do? We made the decision we're going to play.
That's right.
All right.
Friday night, 7 o'clock, Madison, New Jersey.
It is. All right. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, bye.
This has been a production of LycomingFootball.com.